Okay, in my video about paws, for a few minutes, I showed this website called DHgate.com. Now, the reason I showed this is because they're like this wholesale foreign website. And basically, the reason I showed it is because they sell these really cheap fursuits, right? Which is like a very fascinating proposition indeed. All the pictures they post of the suits are stolen from someone else. And I wanted to talk about it a bit more because it's not talked about enough.
Like I said in the paw video, if you bought this suit from this listing, you know, I'm sure you'd love it. I don't want to shame anyone for having a suit like this, but the problem comes from the fact that the people creating these listings advertise falsely, they steal designs, and they don't even do it well. Look, you order this thing, beautiful, great, I'd take that thing any day, and you get this. Which, do you understand my irritation at this? Not to insult this. I think this is great. It's derpy, it's nice, it's cute. But if I ordered this, I'm not looking for that, you know? You know what I mean?
Backstory for this type of site, right? Because DHgate is like this website called AliExpress, which you may or may not have heard of. And it's basically like manufacturers can sell their products directly to the customer without some sort of middleman like Walmart or, I don't know, some insert store here. It's really nice because you can get cheaper prices on stuff. I personally know these websites through a thing called drop shipping. You know, like Ty Lopez and this guy, actually, who was my first Twitter follower. One of my first Twitter followers, I think. Fun fact. Regardless, okay? They do a similar sort of thing where they buy something cheap, something somebody wants, like a fidget spinner or something high in demand, like a vape e-liquids LED sign, add a few bucks onto it, and then just resell it on eBay or Amazon and make profit. It's not like the greatest thing, I think, but it's sort of hard to advocate against it because it's like people are just trying to make ends meet. And I mean, I can sort of understand, like, the shipping takes 40 days, and then you just charge a few extra dollars once you get it just because you bought it earlier. You know, does that make sense? Like, for freaking Ty Lopez, though, I think it is pretty sucky because some kid just wants a fidget spinner, and you're charging extra just to make a few extra bucks, which seems immoral. Okay. It seems immoral, not immoral, immoral. Anyways, rant over. The point is, I was on DHgate when I made that cheap furry paws video. I found there are tons of companies selling fursuits on here, but they're somebody else's suit that they've stolen the design from and stolen pictures from, and then send a badly made ripoff to you, right?
With a lot of research, I was able to track down some of these people whose suits have been stolen, like Mr. Foxfur here, who has an adorable suit, as you can obviously see. There's also a lot of people I tried to track down, but I couldn't actually find. There's this person in this listing. Along with this guy, apparently they look enough alike that they go in the same listing. What? I sort of want to order it to see what it comes out to look like. Oh, yeah. No, that's probably not a good idea. You shouldn't do that because it supports the people who are stealing these, and they'll just keep stealing more. The point is, I contacted Mr. Foxfur guy here.
So I messaged them about it to see if they had ever complained about it. Dang, Corey, that's really good. How'd you... Stop showing off your art skills. I hate it. Okay. Because other people's success subtracts from me. I messaged them about it to see, like, if they knew about it or what. Had they, like, tried to ask permission or something? Of course they didn't. And what they ended up saying is, and I am going to show the message. I hope they do not mind. They said, just because of how ludicrous the listing was, they didn't really complain about it, which, like, I understand what they're talking about. Although they did say they were sort of insulted by it. Like, imagine spending years creating this Sona, handcrafting it, countless hours, you all this time and effort into it, and then somebody just goes and makes, like, a poorly made ripoff and makes money off of it, and it's not even good. I know stealing the pictures is definitely 100% legal. I'm not so much sure about the design. I mean, it's definitely not a cool thing to do. It should be legal if it isn't. But, I mean, I don't know. This company is located somewhere in Asia, and who knows if they care about copyright law or even acknowledge it, that it's a thing. Like, but thanks for talking about it with me, Foxfur. Go check out their Twitter. Their suit is amazing. Seriously. Is it something I said? I could have just stopped. You could have just told me that I said something insulting. Okay. Every so often a GIF comes up here and I wonder who's in the GIF, and I will never know. If you're in one of these GIFs, let me know because I'd love to interact. Whatever, what am I even talking about? I was also able to track down the creator of this suit, Templa Creations. They make amazing suits, and this, I believe, was their first suit they ever made. And I actually figured out it was them through this giant in-depth magazine article. You should read that. That was really interesting. But anyways, Astrid said the same sort of thing as Foxfur did. And they didn't give any permission to the manufacturer or anything, of course. She did say it's a real shame that people buy these expecting freaking that and end up getting this mutilated, ripped off thing that they don't even disclose. Like, it's not even on here this time. It's so not cool. If somebody steals your suit, what the frick are you supposed to do? So I contacted DHgate support in an effort to figure out what the procedure is. You know, I went to the customer support page and clicked the link, and the page doesn't exist. But don't you worry, I tracked it down, and I was quickly connected to Tang Tang. Tang Tang? I assume that's a nickname. How do you get that as a nickname? Granted, it doesn't compare to my nickname of Sugar Pope. I wanted to come up with a weird nickname as a joke, and I think I accomplished my goal. Sugar Pope. Please don't call me that. That's not my actual nickname.
I was curious about the name Tang Tang, and apparently it just means funeral in Vietnamese.
Look, that almost makes less sense than being named Tang Tang just because. So I was number 6 in queue, and then it disconnected me. At this point, it's easier to contact YouTube support, and like, I'm 90% sure that all of YouTube could be run by like an AI somebody set up a few years ago at like Google, and nobody's checked it for years. And it's easier to contact them than DHgate. After a while, I was transferred over to DK, who was very helpful, although I really did want to get to know Tang Tang better. They gave me a link where you can report sellers, although it appears to be a real pain considering you need legal documents that say you actually own the copyright for like the pictures in the listing. So I think for at least the time being, spreading awareness that this is like a scam is probably the best idea.
Before I go, I would just like to sort of see how large of a problem this is. I'm going to look for listings where they have stolen pictures of someone else's fursuit, and I don't know, just for goofs. I did look at some of them, but there's a lot more. I just want to sort of show off the extent of the problem. This looks high quality, and it looks too high quality. So what we're gonna do is see if I can reverse image search. Reverse image search didn't show anything, and I think it's because of the watermark down there. There is no way possible you can get this for $500. This is somebody's custom Sona. And also, look at this diagram I have. That's not the same head. We already looked at this one. This guy is actually, you can see from here, their name is Morpheus Husky. Okay, I actually reached out to that person and they did not respond in time for me to say anything about it in the video, but this is not made by Oisk or whatever. So yep, that's another one. Obviously that's Foxfur from earlier. This one is one I've seen before. There is no way that is $500. Look at those eyebrows. There's a badge right there. That's a rip-off again. I'd love to see who this person is though. I'd like to follow them on Twitter. Got this one already. 2 rip-offs in one. This one we've talked about too. I believe that person's name is Rosie or something. You order that and you receive this. Why? Don't steal. Here's another one. I tried to reach out to this person and I could not track down the original image because they've like cropped it and done weird stuff to it. They ripped it off. Again, please don't sue me. Ooh, a horse one. This is interesting. It's the same company. It's probably not what they made. I can't guarantee this one actually. Oh, I'm shook! Okay, I can't guarantee that is a ripoff actually. Because I just don't know enough. Probably these people seem to be ripping other people off constantly. So let's see, motorcycle dinosaur. Yep, that's a ripoff. They probably do not have a motorcycle. Let's keep swimming. What count is this? I don't know. I've lost track. This one is a really interesting one. There's a background. This is obviously at some sort of studio. They didn't take it. Kudos to you guys for taking somebody's good work and stealing it. This one, new super hot white wolf mascot costume, fancy dress. I mean, it is. It's a good costume, but also, can I just point out there that the tail has appeared to be digitally cut off in that? So, I don't know, I'm skeptical. I highly doubt this is it either, considering they're... Actually, this is not the same people. You know what? I'm changing my mind. I think this, out of all the listings on here, I think this is probably the most authentic one. And this is, if this is actually what you got, I mean, I'd be impressed. Because of the fact that there's so much ripoffs on here, you know, it's probably not a good idea. If you're going to spend $500, I would probably just go to maybe a new maker who would be willing to go cheap enough, you know, just for practice type deal. Goo Power. Goo Power. They have 100% positive feedback. No way. 100 transactions, and nearly every single one is 5 stars. So there is not a chance in the world that that is real. Please don't sue me. This I could believe is real. I mean, there's definitely a time and a place for this. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. I could see somebody wanting this. Problem is, if you order the other green one and you get this, you'd be a little disappointed. The title is literally hot cartoon character. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Also, limited to 9,999 pieces per buyer. Like, I know that... wait. This one is hot cell mascot, new adult pedo bear mascot. Why? I mean, it's just, you could take that money, okay, invest in some Bitcoin, freaking wait a year. I'm not sure if Bitcoin's going to play out well or not. I guess future me will figure that out. Wait a year, it's worth $7,000, and then you're like, oh, okay, now I can buy one that's actually good from freaking Mischief Maker. Get old Majira Crash in here, right? You know, typically when people go on, like, Fur Affinity or something, they're like, geez, I've reached the end of the internet. Well, I have survived Fur Affinity. That's nothing compared to freaking this. If you want to cosplay as this, I think that's great. You know, I give you the thumbs up. I'm just saying that... You know what I'm saying? In conclusion, people who own these listings, please don't sue me, but I am trying to say that this is extremely risky, and there's several of them that I've shown that are undeniably ripoffs that are bad quality, and I wouldn't risk it. Back to you, me.
Okay, I think that's probably a good place to leave off. Did you like this video? Did you think it was okay? Because I'm really hoping it is. Yeah, I never know when I'm filming these videos if it's going to turn out good or if I'm going to trash it or not. Let me know in the comments. And a big thanks to the YouTuber Chipflake over here. As you can see in my amazing handwriting, it's hard to write on a poster that's already on the wall. I've been watching their videos for a while, and for some stroke of luck, they started watching mine. And it's like cray-cray, but they're my first Patreon subscriber in a very long time, so we super appreciate that.
Also, psst, we got a new T-shirt on the store. It's called Small Avery Miller. I think I'm gonna order this. All profits of this will go to the artist who drew that. I will not be receiving any of it. It is expensive, but that's not our fault. It's Spreadshirt loves to get that good old T-shirt revenue. If you're interested in that, you should check it out.
Love you guys. Appreciate you.